Which animals make the most affectionate and cuddly pets? Number 10. Dogs. Dogs are not called man's best friend by accident. Not only are they fiercely loyal, but dogs are also extremely affectionate. Quite similar to humans, dogs are social animals who want to bond, be accepted, and be loved. Dogs' tendency to mercilessly lick their owners is a prime example of their affection. While this may occasionally simply be an attempt to lick the salt from the skin, it is usually a demonstration of a dog's affection and love. While it is true that some dogs are certainly more affectionate than others, this is primarily due to upbringing, and the fault usually rests with the human owner. Even breeds considered to be overly aggressive, such as pit bulls or Rottweilers, can turn into the most affectionate and cuddly softies if they are provided with a secure and loving home. From their endless licking to their tendency to basically tackle you with excitement every time you come home, there can be little doubt that dogs are one of the most affectionate pets. Number 9. Cats. Cats have frequently been described as cold, disinterested, and aloof. This is actually a very unfair description of cats, as they are quite affectionate in reality. Dogs and cats show their affection differently, but in most cases, cats have true loyalty and affection for their owners. There have been countless documented cases when cats have risked their lives to assist an owner whom they perceived to be in danger. In his book, Cat Sense: How the New Feline Science Can Make You a Better Friend to Your Pet, John Bradshaw claims that cats are just as loving and affectionate as dogs. He goes further to point out that cats have essentially received a bad rap mainly due to the fact that they show affection differently than a pet dog. Such actions as pointing their tail upright and rubbing up against owners are clear displays of affection, which are frequently misunderstood by human owners. Despite the stereotype of being cold and distant, cats are clearly affectionate pets. Number 8. Potbellied pigs. Another very affectionate animal that is frequently chosen as a pet is the potbellied pig. This is another animal that has a number of negative stereotypes associated with it. For instance, we have all heard the phrases "eat like a pig" or "sweat like a pig" or "filthy as a pigsty." The truth is, however, that pigs are very intelligent, sociable, and clean animals. The main reason they often roll around in mud is because they lack sweat glands and are trying to cool off. Pot-bellied pigs are also exceptionally affectionate. They have an intense craving for companionship and respond very well to touch. They also love to play and should be given frequent access to open spaces to run around in, ideally with lots of shade for cooling down. In fact, they are quite curious and playful and can become easily bored if not provided with enough activities and stimuli. As such, it's a good idea to pig-proof your home just in case they become overly curious or destructive. But if you have the ability to provide them with a good home and lots of attention, pot-bellied pigs can easily turn into one of your dearest, most affectionate companions. Number 7. Rabbits. The term bunny rabbit is synonymous with visions of cute, fluffy, and loving little creatures hopping and bouncing around from place to place. This perception is not too far away from the actual truth, as rabbits make for very interesting, entertaining, and affectionate pets. In fact, rabbits can be just as loyal and affectionate as dogs. They also have a wide range of personalities, from quiet and shy to outgoing and playful, to suit any kind of owner. A very close bond can be established between a rabbit and their owner. It is important to remember, however, that while rabbits are affectionate, they specifically respond well to only certain types of handling. For example, they do not like being picked up and much prefer to be cuddled and petted while they are on the ground or in your lap. If the rabbit is not pleased with the handling tactic of its owner, a quick instinctive nip or scratch may follow. Thus, it is important to keep an eye on small children whenever they are interacting with a rabbit they do not know. Nevertheless, when treated right, the bunny rabbit is an exceptionally affectionate pet. Number 6. Fancy rats. There can be little doubt about the fact that many people are deathly afraid of rats. This creature has the unenviable reputation of being creepy and vicious and has been associated with the images of unimaginable death during the era of the Black Plague. While it is true that the sewer systems are home to a multitude of rats, it is also correct that these are not what we are generally suggesting you try to keep as a new cuddly pet. Fancy rats are not sewer animals at all and are actually quite clean and regular self-groomers. They are also very intelligent, loyal, and affectionate animals. Fancy rats are sociable animals with a high degree of empathy and playfulness and are very affectionate to their human owners. They often enjoy solving puzzles and even love to just hang out on their owner's shoulders. If they are treated well and appropriately, fancy rats can be a perfect pet. Number 5. Guinea pigs. The fact that guinea pigs are affectionate with their owners is very special indeed. They are natural prey rodents, and as such, their natural instinct is to run and hide, not play and cuddle. However, consider the following quote by Nikki Waytail in which she describes her affectionate relationship with her pet. Once the important trust is created, guinea pigs will be incredibly loyal and affectionate pets with their human owners. They are such social creatures, in fact, that it's often best to own at least 2 guinea pigs at a time so that they always have someone to keep them company, lest they begin to feel lonesome and isolated. Guinea pigs also tend to have easily discernible personalities and generally make their likes and dislikes quite apparent through different behaviors and sound. They also make great first pets for young children. Number 4. Horses. A horse is certainly not a pet to keep around the house. They require large spaces, stables, and a steadfast commitment from their owners. Not too many people have the ability or resources to keep a horse as a pet, and many would argue that horses are majestic animals who should never be considered as a pet in the first place. I suppose we could actually make that argument for all animals, but that is a story for another day. The fact of the matter is that horses are very affectionate animals who intensely enjoy the company of their human owners. Horses are known for recognizing and often reflecting the emotions and behaviors of the humans around them. In fact, they are often exceptional at calming hard-to-reach children or recovering addicts, sometimes resulting in similarly calming effects for the horses themselves. They are breathtaking animals that will be very affectionate with owners who have taken the time to establish a proper and long-lasting bond. Number 3. Cockatoos. When considering affectionate pets, birds do not come to mind very often. They are often seen as unintelligent and skittish, a pet that is not likely to display any degree of loyalty or affection. However, anyone who makes such an assertion has obviously not owned a cockatoo. This bird thrives on the contact, love, and affection that it receives from its owner. They are widely known to be playful, affectionate, and cuddly pets that will develop a love and bond with their owner, especially if they do so at a young age, as older cockatoos often have a harder time bonding with new owners. They actually crave attention and affection so much that if it is not given regularly, the cockatoo will even begin to develop behavioral issues. They are also the perfect pet for anyone who plans to spend a lot of time with these animals, sharing mutual affection. Alternatively, it might also be a good idea to think about getting two at a time so that they always have someone to keep them company. And since cockatoos can live anywhere from 40 to 80 years depending on the species, you can potentially end up with a lifelong friend. Number 2. Sugar gliders. Sugar gliders are very small Australian possums whose normal habitats are up in the treetops. They have also not experienced the genetic process of domestication in the same way that cats and dogs have. Thus, there are many people who would argue that sugar gliders should simply not be kept as a pet. Nevertheless, these animals are extremely popular exotic pets, and their owners contend that if they are treated properly, they will thrive. In fact, they are frequently referred to as pocket pets who form an intense bond with their owners. Loyalty, playfulness, and outright displays of affection are all part of the sugar glider pet profile. Just make sure they have lots of room to play in their cage and get some time out of it to glide around as well. This is also another pet that requires a lot of time and commitment from their handlers, especially during the initial bonding process. Ownership should not be entered into lightly. If given time, love, and affection, however, the sugar glider will respond in kind. Number 1. Skunks. The skunk is another animal that has a fairly poor reputation. This is due in large part to their powerful scent, which sends humans and other animals alike running in the opposite direction when skunks cross their paths. However, there are a growing number of people who are keeping skunks as pets. They claim that once the skunk is descented, they make for an exceptionally loyal, loving, and affectionate pet. This quote from skunk owner Travis Humjay illustrates this preceding point quite well. Skunks are also often friendly with children and commonly get along well with other animals like dogs and cats. Once again, if treated well, a skunk can make for a top-notch companion. Just make sure you don't leave them alone too often or for extended periods of time, as they can become lonely and agitated if left to themselves for too long.